Welcome back to Tallahassee and the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Joanne Graff Stadium has seen a lot of drama the last couple of days, most of it not to the liking of the number 9 national seed Florida State, upset yesterday, now facing elimination on its home field against Jack State. Both of those teams coming off of disappointments yesterday. Earlier, less than an hour ago, UCF goes into the regional final 2-0 after a run rule win over the Cinderella story yesterday, Stetson. And now here is the updated bracket. Noon tomorrow, UCF in the championship game. Who will they play? A lot of softball left today. Stetson awaits the winner of this one. Loser is out between Jack State and Florida State. Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to the ballpark alongside former Duke captain Rain Wilson. I'm Clay Matvick. All right, these teams, no stranger to each other come national tournament time. This is the 5th all-time meeting. They've each eliminated each other over the course of their dates in the national tournament. Both coming off weird losses yesterday. Nobody thought Florida State would be in this situation, and it looked like Jack State had the game in the bag yesterday. What do you expect here this afternoon?
I really think it's about who can respond emotionally, who can step up, play pitch to pitch, not worry about the 4 games necessary to win this thing, but who can execute pitch by pitch. Jack State 1 pitch away from the win. Florida State, biggest upset of the day, and so a lot at stake here. Jack State with their hands full, and Florida State looking to respond.
Jack State, 45 wins, just one shy of tying a program record. This is their 10th NCAA regional appearance. They come to Tallahassee quite a bit, and they've done it before in the national tournament. We saw this team really execute well yesterday, just didn't have enough offense. We'll see how that looks today.
Gosh, they did everything right, and this game is a game of inches, and I think if that last pitch to UCF hadn't been a double down the line, or it had been a foot foul, maybe Jack State takes away the victory and faces Stetson this morning. But to your point, Clay, this is a rich program with history, and you look at the regionals history, only 3% of super regional teams, meaning the winners of this regional, have lost game 1 and come back to win it.
Winner has to play again tonight. Noles fans hope it's a long day at the ballpark. Welcome back. Tallahassee, the site of this one between Florida State and Jacksonville State. This is Florida State's home field. They're going to be the visiting team in this elimination game. The Seminoles starting lineup presented by Capital One. No shock, Issa Torres, one of the all-time greats ever to play here at Florida State, leading it off again. You can see the last 10 games, even though she's hitting over 300, that is down more than 200 points from her season average.
And I mean, most players would kill to be slumping and batting 324. I wouldn't even call it a slump. And to me, what I circle with Issa Torres is the late hit yesterday, and she'll have her hands full Jalea Holmes, the senior with a ton of experience, has taken on a ton of workload for this Jack State team. 124 innings pitched, only 55 free passes, has some strikeout stuff, work up in the zone. We'll see what these Florida State hitters start to hunt and how the senior can adjust in the circle.
ACC Player of the Years in the box were underway. Florida State has ridden Torres's torrid year to their 38th national tournament. Torres leadoff double in the 7th, only hit yesterday. That tried to start a rally late in that loss to Stetson, but the team only had 7 hits, and they didn't score any runs after the 4th inning. They want that offense to get started early. Floats inside, and a good start here for Torres as she has a hitter's count right out of the gate.
Well, that's exactly what you want. That's what makes Isa Torres so good. She will not expand the zone. She knows what she's hunting, and she will take her free passes if you give them to her.
Ball 4. She's aboard on 4 pitches, and Jalea Holmes has won 7 of her last 9 outings. Now has to deal with some traffic as Beecham comes to the plate.
And Jalea Holmes worked 58 to 61, so doesn't have a changeup she'll use a lot, but the rise ball is key. Has all the tools, but she said when she can have the rise ball commanding to the middle and top parts of the zone, she is dangerous.
Jason Beecham down the line and foul. Junior third baseman from right here in Tallahassee making a bid for extra bases.
And Clay, obviously very early in this game, that goes without saying, but Isa Torres drawing the free pass. This is the type of chaos we're used to seeing. I mean, this is the recipe. Isa gets on, Jason either gets her over or hits a bomb, and then the rest of their lineup works. That was the missing piece yesterday.
Beecham with a 46 game on base streak. She has started every game at third base. Hit .417 as a freshman. Average dropped last year, but back to .400 this year. Hammers that one back foul. And this is a player that doesn't get cheated at the plate.
Certainly not. One of the most beautiful swings in the country, has so much power. One part of her game that I've loved to see this year is the ability to take the free pass. 51 walks on the year. One of the best eyes in all the country.
Holmes rocks, fires, hit on a line to left. That screamer is caught by Haley Cushingberry. So Beecham is retired. And there's one out for Ashton Danley, the left fielder. Junior from Winchester, Tennessee. 1 for 3. Hit a 2-run homer yesterday in the 3rd inning. And that pulled Florida State to within 2, but those would be their last runs. We also saw her in the circle. She's known as Do-It-All Danley, one of the best two-way players in the country.
And had a big hit for this team yesterday against Stetson. Stetson goes out for the 2-run lead. Anna Hind with the home run. And in the bottom half of the 3rd, it was an Ashton Danley line drive home run shot to get her team right back in it.
To center, and another one hit on the screws, but Nowakowski is there. So Beecham and Danley both barrel it up.
Yeah, and in the scorebook, we're 0 for 2 right now with a walk if you're Florida State, but you're 3 for 3 with quality at bats, and it will show. The game keeps scoring. If you hit the ball hard, good things happen. Great start for Florida State on that front.
Anna Hind also homered yesterday. She went off the 2nd inning with a homer. She was 1 for 2.
Yeah, this was a huge hit to get her team back into it after Stetson took the 2-run lead early. And what stuck out to me, obviously the home run, the result of that, but it was clear Florida State was hunting that rise ball. But it was Anna Hind, the freshman, who committed to it. Got the barrel up on a ball way out of the zone and did damage. One of the most mature freshmen Lonnie Alameda has ever coached when we talked to her.
Runner goes. Torres, good base runner in there with a stolen base. And that's her 13th stolen bag this year. She has only been thrown out once. And something to keep an eye on today, Rain, is the catcher, Michaelin Kaiser. Her throwing hand, injured yesterday late in that ball game, took a foul ball off of it, and it almost took her out of the game.
And I'm sure Florida State knew that. They also picked a great pitch to give Issa Torres the green light on a changeup. But Michaelin Kaiser has been so good throwing runners out. They're unable to do so, but that's the type of pressure that Florida State applies and why their offense is so dynamic.
1-2 to Hine. It's upstairs. Lonnie Alameda, the head coach for Florida State, with 9 freshmen on the roster, has 4 in the starting lineup, including Hine. These freshmen have had no problem adapting to Division I softball. Chopped. Third baseman Underwood going upstairs to get it. And Torres is stranded. Jack State coming to the plate for the first time in this elimination game. Pride of Jacksonville, Alabama, the Gamecocks. The starting lineup presented by Capital One. Emma Elrod, Conference USA Player of the Year. There you see Michaelin Kaiser batting in the 6th hole, had a home run yesterday. Also walked a couple of times. We've already talked about her defense behind home plate. Going to be facing Jazzy Francic, 22 wins on the year. That led the ACC. She won Pitcher of the Year in the conference, but yesterday just wasn't her day.
Yeah, it wasn't her day. You look at the 5 earned runs, that's a season high. But you got to credit Stetson, and when you look at the ball game Jazzy Francic threw, I'm sure there are moments and pitches that she can circle as mistakes, but ultimately at this time of year, it's about battling. They punch, you punch, and so love to see her out in the circle today, and I imagine she'll be lights out again.
Right fielder Emma Elrod. 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch to start yesterday's ball game. .337, 6 homers, 45 runs batted in. Pop up left side, Torres. She can cover a lot of ground. She has 1 error on the entire season.
Yeah, and it was in the ACC tournament on an incredible play up the middle that I'm sure if you asked Haley Griggs at first base, she would have loved to make that play. Made this one look way too easy. Such a weapon on both sides of the softball for Florida State, and a joy to watch.
And now Morgan Nowakowski, senior center fielder, 0 for 3 with a walk yesterday. Second team all-conference, has been in the program for 5 years. So happy to finally be getting a chance to play in this tournament. How important is it for Francic to develop some confidence and a rhythm early?
I think it's critical, and I think when you look at the stuff that she has so much she could throw. I mean, yes, the curve, drop, rise, the 3 pitches, but she can manipulate the speed and the spin on all 3 of those. And talking to her ahead of this weekend about that drop ball and about that rise ball and curveball, she'll get the curveball sign and she will decide what speed to throw. And I imagine that's a lot in the mind of a sophomore, but that's why she's so good. And so I think for her, what she told us is when I'm playing timid, I don't play well. So if she's able to attack and create rhythm, man, is she hard to beat.
It's outside. She was dominant in the ACC tournament. Went 2-0, just 1 earned run over 11 2/3 innings, and then won conference MVP. She says she's sharper than she was last year. Last year was a fantastic season for her, but she's got a different role this year.
Yeah, coming in last year, she closed out a lot of games. She said that was a really interesting shift in mindset, having to come in, get the 6th inning, get the 7th inning out to her team. That's pressure. And talking to Lonnie Alameda about the choice to put her in that role, it was really about building confidence, building experience in tough moments, and teaching her how to come out of the bullpen ready to go. It's a different approach than a starter. Now, this year, a starter has had the bulk of the workload. A different role for Francic.
Lonnie Alameda, she's kind of a pitching innovator, right? Handles the staff. Obviously, one of the more successful head coaches in the game, but pitching is what she really, really enjoys talking about.
Pitching, pitch calling, how she manages her pitchers, how she converses with her pitchers.
3-2 again, misses downstairs. What an at-bat for Morgan Nowakowski. She coaxes a walk here with 1 out in the 1st.
Yeah, great at-bat by the senior. Just to battle so hard as an offense to time up one of Jazzy Francic's speeds. The drop ball has up to 70. The changeup is also the curveball and the rise ball. So difficult to do.
Now the DP, Amber Reed. Got out to a slow start here in 2026, was hitting under 200 well into March, but now look at that batting average. 353. Had a hit yesterday. And another one today. 2 on, 1 out for Kaylee Martin, the cleanup hitter.
Great job by Amber Reed to get the foot down and be on time for a pitch that she's hunting. Up and away, finds a barrel.
Now batting number 17, Kaylee Martin.
And the junior getting things going. You mentioned 1 for 4 yesterday. Had some opportunities, but there comes up clutch in the 1st.
Under Francic, Torres gobbles it up, quickly throws to 1st to get Martin, who moves pretty well. The runners advance, Nowakowski to 3rd. Reed will be in scoring position with 2 outs for Aria Davis. I don't think that Francic could have turned 2 even if she fields that cleanup.
No, certainly not. I mean, that was the play. It ricocheted off Francic, slowed the softball down. Great job by Torres to find it out.
So this is Aria Davis, the shortstop. Exciting sophomore. 2-year starter at Jack State. Was 0 for 4 in yesterday's loss. And behind in the count here, 0-2 as Francic is trying to work out of a mini jam here in the 1st inning.
And this is a big moment for her, for this team. Get through the 1st, knowing how well they've been hitting the softball, but right at Jack State, can they get out of the 1st without damage?
She does. That's the Jazzy Francic that these Noles fans have come to know. Little traffic behind her, no problem.
And it's the off-speed curveball, nastiness from Francic. Florida State gets out of the jam.
Florida State's loss yesterday was significant. First loss against an unranked opponent this season, and if it's 2 in a row, they're done for the year. And this has been a remarkable season for Florida State. The ACC champs from the regular season. They won the conference tournament for the 20th time, 10th time under Lonnie Alameda. They do not want to be quick outs on their home field. And that's what they're facing, but so is Jack State. Both teams need a win to keep their season alive. Winner plays on tonight. Stetson Hatters. Hit high, hit deep. Bella Ruggiero to the wall, but it's caught by Emma Elrod. One away.
And again, this Florida State team drilling pitches, but either just missing them slightly. This one, Wynn was actually coming in. Wynn's going out there. If that's a home run, Florida State has a 1-run lead. Instead, into the glove of Emma Elrod for the first out of the inning.
So Bella Ruggiero is retired. Now this one is hit hard. Kennedy Harp, 2 hits yesterday, and now she has a home run. And Florida State, for the first time in this regional, has a lead.
How about the junior? A little down year statistically, but man, does she have some pop in the bat, and when it matters most, she's come up clutch. 2 for 3 yesterday, had a big day, swung it well. The 4th batter in this lineup out of 6 that has hit the ball really hard. This time, the junior does not miss it, and it is the 1-0 lead for the Seminoles.
6th home run of the year for Harp, as Shelby McKenzie, the DP, is up now. Harp was hitting .412 last year before her season came to an end in late April with a knee injury. That was a big blow, obviously, to her personally. It hurt the team for a while. They were able to recover and get onto the national tournament without her, but she means so much to this team.
She absolutely does, and it speaks to the resilience for her to recover.
Another one hit on a line, and it's going to be a base hit for McKenzie. Back-to-back hits for Florida State, their first of the day. Gonna bring up Haley Griggs.
Yeah, they're dialed in right now against Julia Holmes. Julia Holmes works a lot up in the zone, doesn't use a changeup a ton, and when you give this Florida State offense a window of speed that's not big and they can sit on a speed, they are tough to beat.
Deep fly ball, Nowakowski on the warning track again. And Haley Griggs makes a home run bid. She's the second out. Well, I wouldn't say that Julia Holmes is fooling anybody right now.
No, I mean, this team is so good at preparation, and they will go in and turn the machines to exactly what you're throwing. And if you don't have speeds to throw into the mix, a mix of speeds that is, and it's up in the zone, which is, that's their bread and butter. They are taught offensively, even if it's a ball, if we can do damage with a pitch elevated, let's do damage. Julia Holmes, that is her best pitch, is the rise ball.
Look at the numbers for Sturgis out of the 9 hole.
Not bad.
Her biggest contribution, however, has been defensively moving to second base from the outfield. As a freshman, that's a big ask, but Marin Heller went down with an injury a few weeks ago. Broken jaw suffered in April. But Sturgis has done a lockdown job at second base.
And I think that speaks to this freshman class as a whole. Brought in 9 freshmen, no transfers. Only 1 of 2 programs across the country without a transfer. And those 9 have stepped up, been confident, been comfortable, been mature. And after the loss yesterday, Lonnie Alameda said, we have a lot of freshmen, and it's gonna really be about who we are tomorrow. She said, we're gonna find out who we are by how we respond. And no matter what happens this year, I think this class of freshmen, man, they are going to write some history for Seminole softball.
Another one lined up. To third goes McKenzie. Sliding into second is McKenna Sturgis. 3 hits in the inning for the Seminoles.
And I don't know if they've had a miss hit yet. This one elevated over the outside part of the plate, belt high, and Sturgis attacks. Holds the line on the outside edge, gets the barrel turned around her, and lets the bat speed do the work. McKenzie gets to third base, and the Noles are within striking distance again.
We didn't get much of this yesterday, and it is back with a vengeance. And here comes Isa Torres to the plate. They have Jalea Holmes rattled.
Yeah, so far today it's clear there's been a response, and when you have Isa Torres as your leadoff and the numbers look like that, hard to beat.
Olivia Gray, the pitching coach, came out for a quick chat with Holmes, trying to get her dialed back in. And probably to remind her who's at the plate. The 1-0. Deep to left, off the top of the wall. Cushenberry chases after the carom. Torres slides into third. 2-run triple for Isa Torres. 3-0 Seminoles.
And you knew Isa Torres was not going to be quiet for long. Hunts a pitch on the outside edge. And then look at her turn the wheels on. Off the wall for Cushenberry, and almost like she started jogging a little bit, thinking Isa Torres wasn't going to go to third. She let up. Torres takes advantage of the extra 60 feet. And looks like we will see McKenna Moore, the freshman.
Florida State wants to play 2 today. So do the fans want to see the Seminoles in another ball game. Pitching change in Tallahassee. Well, McKenna Moore asked to come in with nobody out in the second inning. That's 1 day removed from throwing 7 1/3, 130 pitches in that heartbreaking loss to UCF.
Yeah, the freshman has a tall task and pitched incredibly well yesterday. 130 pitches into extra innings, kept that UCF team at bay all game long in high leverage moments. She was 1 pitch away from the victory, in which case today would look very differently. But instead, she's coming in here in the top of the 7th with 2 outs in relief of the senior. You know, does she have the gas? Does she have the juice to deliver her best stuff?
Jason Beecham at the plate. Lined out back in the first inning. Jalea Holmes gives up a home run to Harp, and then a 2-run triple by Isa Torres. Her ACC leading 7th triple of the season. And this one is going to be a soft liner into left for another base hit. Torres scores 4-0 Florida State as Beecham drives in her 62nd run of the year.
And Clay, when you hit the ball as hard and as far as JC Beecham does, your spray chart indicates that outfielders should be a few steps in front of the warning track. There, one finds a hole. Florida State scores another.
Florida State in the regional, 7 total hits yesterday, already 5 today. They have scored more runs than they did in that game against Stetson. And you knew that this was likely going to happen at some point today. And we talked about it before. The Noles wanted it to happen sooner than later. They got Torres aboard in the first inning and left her stranded, but here in the second, a lot of damage being done. That one's bobbled by Phillips, still recovers in time to get Ashton Danley. And the inning is over. But it's a productive one for Florida State. And it started with the Harp homer.
Kennedy Harp got things going, the junior with the solo shot, and then Issa Torres, top 10 finalist for National Player of the Year, showing why.
Well, it's always easier to pitch with a lead, and Jazzy Francic and Florida State are playing with the lead for the first time in this tournament. They gave her 4 in the last half inning.
It's got to feel good. It's got to relieve you, maybe not consciously. I know this Florida State team prides themselves in always having their foot on the gas pedal and attacking, but there is a subconscious relaxation knowing your ace is in the circle, you got 4 runs to work with, and your offense is firing on all cylinders.
Kaylin Kaiser with a dart to third base, but Beecham makes the catch. And Kaiser, who homered yesterday, is quick out on 1 pitch. Jazzy Francic has been pitching since she was 7 years old. Her dad, Mike, when she was 9, built a brick wall in the backyard, and it's part of the reason she's a college-level pitcher now.
And when we talked to her yesterday, or 2 days ago now, about the manipulation of speed and spin and command and how she developed, she said, I kind of was self-taught. I had some coaches early on, saw a brick wall at the Little League, and decided we wanted to build our own. And she said, if I can hit a bottle cap or a grain of salt, I know I can command the softball in real time as well.
Fly ball from Ashley Phillips. And there's Harp for the second out, as Jancic has retired 4 in a row since giving up the only hit she's allowed today to Amber Reed. So sophomore, showing signs of settling in. If I said Jancic, I apologize. I meant Francic, Jazzy Francic. Alliteration is key here. So 2 outs.
But to go back to Jazzy Francic and her aspirations to be a coach, she talked about how that's how she developed command, but she encourages young players to go and manipulate the softball.
And another line drive snared by the infield. McKenna Sturgis kept that one from a hit. J.C. Underwood, the 3rd out of the inning. The last 2 seasons for Jack State have been outstanding under head coach Julie Boland, Conference USA Coach of the Year. And she joins us now from out in front of the dugout. Coach, down in this ball game here, facing elimination, but we have seen so much spunk from your team throughout the year, and the approach the rest of the way, especially with Moore back in the ball game.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of the things that we've fought through all season is just fighting, competing, wanting to compete. We approach that mindset early in the fall, and they've done it all season. So, this is the stage you want to do it on and keep competing in.
And Coach, McKenna Moore, obviously incredible game last night. Didn't go in your favor. Comes back in today. First, how is she feeling? And just talk about her and her resilience.
She's feeling good. She's a freshman. She's got a lot of life left in that arm. So, again, she had treatment overnight, and she's feeling good. But her mindset, her mentality, she wants to play for her teammates. She loves her teammates. She wants to get the job done for her teammates. And, not only her, but everybody out here. So I expect a lot of fight from her on the mound as well.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Julie Boland, longtime assistant, in fact, 23 years at Jack State under Jana McGinnis, Jack State Hall of Famer. She was named head coach, and she has taken the ball and run with it. And now hoping that McKenna Moore can dig down deep, keep Florida State where they're at. It's a 4-0 game here. Team that loses is done for the year. And the winner is back to play Stetson later tonight.
Yeah, what head coach Julie Boland has done has been incredible. To pass the torch from Jana McGinnis to the 23-year assistant coach and Coach Boland, and her not to skip a beat and be 1 win shy of the program record. Really cool to talk to her and hear about the rich culture and history of that program.
Anna Hind, a ground out to third in the first inning, 0 for 1. Homered yesterday. Her average went over 300 about a week into the season, and it's been hovering around 320, 330 the entire year. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike one. These teams need to win 4 games the next 2 days to reach the Supers. That is a foul ball. Underwood, a very good third baseman, gloved it. It's foul. Home plate umpire Ron White on that call.
Great job by Underwood to just play it out, though. Never let the umpire decide for you. You get a free rep to test the arm strength over to third base. And Anna Hine gets another opportunity.
True freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina. Awaits the 3-2. And another one to Underwood. Picked over there at first by Martin. So Hind along at bat, but she's the first out of the Florida State third inning.
Now batting number 44, Bella Ruggiero.
And that's what Kenna Moore needs to do now, is get as many of these in a row, allow Jack State to find some offense, get back into this ballgame. Kennedy Harp comes up, she homered. Get the scoring started last inning.
Yeah, to me, McKenna Moore, it's not a matter if she has the stuff to keep this thing close and to compete. It's clear that she does, but does she have the stamina? Is the arm okay? I mean, not only did she pitch a lot yesterday, she's pitched a lot this year. 150 plus innings for the freshman, and they will need her to throw some serious innings here today if they want to make it to their final.
Bella Ruggiero flew out to right field. One of the 7 regulars hitting over 300. She's actually at 300 as she comes into this plate appearance. So many talented players up and down this lineup.
Yeah, and I think for Ruggiero, it's not been a matter of hitting it hard. It seems to be every time she's up, she hits it right at somebody. But it'll eventually fall. What a great job by the redshirt freshman.
2-2, grounded to second. Actually, Phillips with the second out. Now here's Kennedy Hart. So Florida State
Now batting number 23, Kennedy.
yesterday, 3 for 10 with 2 outs. Did have the home run from Danley, but in the second inning with 2 outs, went 3 for 4, a double, a triple, and scored 3 runs. And that's the kind of fight you need to have this time of year. Six-foot junior center fielder Kennedy Harp. And the season did not start well for Harp. You can see that brace on her left knee. That's a direct result of the injury suffered in April of 2025. Wow, what a play by Underwood.
Wow.
She was busy this inning, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for that Jack State defense and their star pitcher.
nothing like the Women's College World Series.
Women's College World Series starts on the 28th of May in Oklahoma City, and Florida State hoping to be there. So is Jacksonville State. Player who has been there, Maddie Fry. The senior, there aren't many seniors on this Noles roster, but Fry's one of them. She's in the game now for the first time.
And we talked to Isa Torres ahead of this weekend, talking about, hey, who are some players that really were the backbone culturally, that maybe aren't starting as many games, and one of the first names that she mentioned was Maddie Fry. Her leadership, her engagement, not as many opportunities as she would like to have, but when she has had them, has she been stellar.
Another strike, 1 and 2. Francic has been burying a lot of strikes. Coming into the inning, the 22 pitches, 18 for strikes.
Yeah, and that's key, especially with how many speeds she works in as a hitter. It's so hard to dial up 1, let alone 2, let alone 3.
Haley Cushingberry, and then the top of the order, Elrod and Nowakowski. Cushingberry 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday, but had some long at bats. That stays upstairs as she works a full count. Sophomore left fielder from Baton Rouge, was really good in the Conference USA tournament and was named to the CUSA All-Tournament team. Deep short, and that's going to roll through. Pass Beecham, pass Torres. Leadoff hit for Jack State, and they're second against Francic.
Pitch before, really close there. Jazzy Francic took a moment. You don't say it often, but pass Beecham, pass Isa Torres, that one found a hole, and Jack State with the response here to get the leadoff runner on in the third.
It's been a quiet regional for Emma Elrod, the Conference USA Player of the Year, the leadoff hitter for the Gamecocks. Hit over 400 in league play this year. She has been a starter every game this season. Good numbers across the board, including stolen bases. But hasn't been on yet. At least with a base hit. Was hit by a pitch yesterday, but wasn't able to score. It's just not typical for her to go quiet for very long.
Yeah, and you got to credit these pitching staffs who've obviously prepared for Emma Elrod. When you have video, you have weaknesses.
And now that's going to be a base hit past Beecham again. So there it is, first hit of the tournament for Emma Elrod, and that's a good sign for Jacksonville State.
Yeah, and what set that up is showing bunt the pitch before. Obviously, looked like a sacrifice bunt, trying to get the bunt down. She doesn't, but what it did was bring Beecham in and creates this hole down the left field line. If she doesn't show bunt there, I think Beecham plays a little further back, a little bit closer to that line. Instead, the dynamic nature of Emma Elrod's play leads to the base hit there. First and second, nobody out.
Sharing a laugh with Haley Sims, the former Gamecock, now coaching first base for her alma mater.
Now batting number 7, Morgan Nowakowski.
Morgan Nowakowski, I'd argue, is the heart and soul of this team.
Absolutely. I mean, just talking to her, her emotion, what she's meant to this program.
She skies one into foul ground and into the bullpen. Foul for strike 1. She had a stroke her freshman year, ended up leading to open heart surgery at just 18 years old, but has come back healthy and stronger than ever to have a very nice career at Jacksonville State. You can just tell by being around her and her teammates that they love her.
Yeah, and she loves this program. She loves the culture. She loves Coach Bolin. She loves being a Gamecock.
That was nasty. Strike 2.
Yeah, 57 with elite spin in on your hands, and now you got to defend something up. You got to defend something away at 70 miles per hour. That's 13 miles per hour of a window that as a hitter, you've got to get your foot down and battle. The key is you don't want to be caught in the middle, but with 2 strikes, you got to get your foot down and battle as best you can. I wouldn't be surprised if Frantic goes right back to it or something hard out of the zone.
Went back to it, I think.
Nice job by Nowakowski to adjust. That's a senior in the box. Knowing that, hey, she just made me look foolish on that pitch, probably going to go right back to it, but slow in sets up all types of pitches now with 0-2.
2 on, nobody out, the 0-2. Good piece of hitting to stay alive, Morgan Nowakowski. Second in the country in doubles. Jack State, 4th in the nation in doubles, 109.
Yeah, both these ball clubs love hitting doubles, and I'm sure Nowakowski would love one here.
Whew. Struck her out. Nowakowski will sit down, first out of the 3rd.
And I don't know as a hitter how you defend this, because she goes in with an off-speed curveball twice, and then it's the off-speed rise ball. So now you're defending an off-speed, you're off time, but also one that climbs up into the zone.
Amber Reed reaches out, casts one foul. Reed, the designated player. Single in the 1st inning. And we're stranded. Gamecocks left 2 on in the 1st. Trying to get something going here in the 3rd. Down 4-0. Loser is done for the year.
Great job by Maddie Fry. We've seen her come into games as a pinch runner, and then she'll stay in to catch for Anna Hind. And when she has, that's a tough position to be in. You don't know when it's going to be, but every time she stepped up from February to May and made plays like that.
Off-speed pitch, strike 2. 1-2. Tenth national tournament for Jack State. 3rd straight regional here in Tallahassee. Their last tournament that they appeared in 2018, and they lost to the eventual national champs, FSU, in the regional final. Now trying to stave off elimination against the Noles. Two on, 1 out. Amber Reed at the plate. Here's Francic's 2-2. Man, another good piece of hitting just to stay alive. So these teams have met 5 times now in the NCAA tournament. In 18, Florida State eliminated the Gamecocks, and that's after in 08 getting eliminated themselves by the opponent. So even though this isn't a conference rivalry, there's a bit of a rivalry here.
Yeah, and there's known coaches on both sides, talking about the Canadian national team. Kaylee Rafter for Florida State, Chris Jones for Jack State. And ultimately, Lonnie Alameda understands the history of this program, how good they've been year in and year out. These players, I get you, if we told them about 2008, they wouldn't know that maybe, but they certainly remember that 2018 team that paved the way to a national championship for the first time in their program's history.
Under Lonnie, it's been good. The national championship in 18, been to Oklahoma City 5 times. On the regular season and the tournament in the ACC this year again. What a battle, and finally Frantic is able to put Amber Reed away for their 2nd out. Back-to-back strikeouts in the 3rd.
And she gave her the kitchen sink. Went curveball in, off speed, then went hard away, and then it's an off-speed rise ball. And Amber Reed did all she could to battle. But Jazzy Francic and her stuff won that one.
Kaylee Martin grounded out back in the first inning. What an inning this would be if Francic, after giving up back-to-back hits to start the inning, can cut through the heart of this Jack State order and get out of trouble.
It'd be phenomenal. Momentum would swing right back into the Seminoles dugout.
We're going to talk to Lonnie coming up next half inning. And again, pitching is her specialty. She has to like what she is seeing from the sophomore right now. Two and two to Martin. So the next pitch for Francic will be her 50th. It was a short day yesterday, just 2 1/3 innings. She's gone farther today, already 2 2/3, and seems to be in more command. Pitching with the lead, 2 on, 2 out. Called strike 3, got her. And Jack State will strand 2.
Gave up a couple singles and then responded, did the sophomore. Off speed in, off speed up and away, and then finishes off with a K looking. Jazzy Francic.
Back in Tallahassee, day 2 of the Tallahassee Regional, 4-0 Seminoles leading Jacksonville State. These teams facing elimination. Lonnie Alameda, the head coach of the Seminoles, joins us now. Coach, your starter did not get through the 3rd inning yesterday. What are you seeing today from Jazzy Francic that maybe is a little bit different than 24 hours ago?
I mean, I think she was executing good pitches yesterday. Stetson just got some good swings off, you know. So I think it's that time of year. You just got to keep pounding the zone, and you know, like it's one pitch mentality. So I think you know, pitch by committee has been a thing we've done all season. So, but yeah, they took advantage of some good swings yesterday, and hopefully we get a chance to see them again this afternoon.
And coach, your team has had some great swings today. Hit the ball hard consistently. Yep. What have you liked about your offense?
I mean, just connection, you know. I mean, I don't know how many 199 balls we're going to have out there, you know, so it's pretty crazy. But, you know, stay in it. We had some really good swings yesterday, and, you know, stay in it, keep swinging. And, man, your back's against the wall at this point, so it is what it is, and you got to stay connected and keep getting after passing the bat mentality.
Thanks, Coach. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
8-time ACC Coach of the Year, over 1,000 career wins here at Florida State. And this team is a seasoned bunch. Even though there aren't a lot of seniors, and we've talked about that, it's a team that has played a lot of softball, and they've had some losses, especially against the top 25. I mean, they've seen really good competition before, and they come back from time to time. They know how to get it done.
Well, and I imagine as a player playing for Coach Alameda and just for her demeanor of, hey, this is what this is about. They punch, we punch back, pitch to pitch. And these freshmen might not have been in these moments before, but Lonnie Alameda certainly has, and the upperclassmen certainly have. You know, granted, they haven't lost the opening game of a regional since 2012, but they've been with their backs against the wall, and they've responded before.
Shelby McKenzie leading it off, hits a scalding ball to Ashley Phillips, who has had to have her A game today because some balls have been hit hard at her so far this afternoon. One down here to start the Florida State fourth. Haley Griggs will come up. One story about Florida State's resilience after getting punched in the mouth. Oh, look out. This one is hammered to center, and Nowakowski stumbles in front of the wall. It wouldn't have mattered as Griggs leaves to straightaway center. Home run, her 6th of the year, and it's 5-0.
Coach Alameda said, I wonder how many 199-foot balls will hit in this tournament. Well, you don't have to worry about it with a 240-foot line drive from one of your freshmen, Haley Griggs. Hunted a pitch up in the zone and did not miss it. Gives her team some juice. One of the many hard hit balls we've seen from Florida State today. This one can't be defended.
True freshman first baseman. Is there a prettier swing among freshmen in the country?
Whew. I think you could say that about so many of these Florida State freshmen.
And here's another one, Sturgis, as Griggs makes a little curtain call. Look at that, Heller, who unfortunately is out. Hein, Griggs, and Sturgis. Great numbers from that rookie class.
And talking to Coach Alameda ahead of this weekend, too, about that, she talked about the evolution of the game and how freshmen come in. They're strong, they're physically beasts, and she can work with them further on the mental side of the game. And so I think you see that here with the resilience.
Soft liner, and that's going to get down for a hit for Sturgis. Back-to-back hits from the rookies. And it's the second hit for Sturgis as Torres comes up at the top of the Florida State lineup.
Yeah, Sturgis has stepped up in a great way. And Issa Torres, who comes up to the plate now, talked to us about how these freshmen pushed the upperclassmen in the fall. Coming in, ready to play, made the entire team better.
To finish my point on the mentality that Florida State has had in situations where they needed a solid response, they go out to Stanford, get swept a few weeks ago. They've gone 13-2 since. Second hit for Torres. Sturgis stops at second. Third hit of the weekend for Issa.
Now batting number 42, Jason Beecham.
And now Jason E. Beecham. He drove in a run in the second inning with her single. Florida State now 5 runs, 8 hits. Has a chance to the wall. Goodbye, 3-run homer. Jason E. Beecham. The fans are thinking, Where was this yesterday?
Here come the Noles. Issa Torres and Jason E. Beecham came in together. The 1-2 punch has been nothing short of incredible. A pitch out over the middle of the plate. Beecham takes a really tough change up for the first pitch of the AB, goes 1-0. Then gets some velo and turns it around. Florida State up, and the curtain call to finish it off.
Jason E. Beecham, that's her 9th home run of the year. Not as many home runs as we've seen from her in the past, but her numbers across the board. Look at this over the last 6 games, just phenomenal.
Incredible, and she's evolved incredibly well throughout her career, and also, I mean, she is one of the best hitters in the country. National Freshman of the Year, 2 years ago, I should say. And so she's an aim you circle, you prepare for. If she has a hole, you're going to try to exploit it. But she doesn't have holes. And so it makes it very, very tough for Jack State as they make a change.
Third pitcher for the Gamecocks. And this is McKinley Portillo. 5'11" junior right-hander. Come on and try and quiet these Florida State bats. It has been an onslaught since the 2nd inning.
Yeah, and you look at the numbers for the junior, who was really clutch in the conference tournament for this team. And they will need her to step up greatly.
Now the Women's College World Series returns to Oklahoma City. The action begins Thursday, May 28th, 12 Eastern, live on ESPN. For more information on the 2026 Women's College World Series, visit ncaa.com. Alongside former Duke star Rainn Wilson, I'm Clay Matvick. Thanks for being with us here in Tallahassee. The fans are mostly Noles fans, of course, enjoying this a little bit more than yesterday. And this is taking nothing away from Stetson, who, they could have another matchup with if things continue to go right here for the Seminoles. But Florida State just had a hard time offensively yesterday, especially after the 3rd or 4th inning.
Yeah, they expanded the zone a little bit more than I think they'd like, but I think Coach Alameda said it perfectly. They put some good swings on softballs just right where Stetson was at times. And then I don't know if a perfect offensive game could have held down the Stetson offense.
Right.
I mean, you look at Jazzy Francic, didn't pitch poorly. Stetson just executed great swings. They are a great team and a great offense. So sometimes you got to just tip your cap. And I think Florida State tipped their cap and then went and moved on very quickly to prepare for today.
Third right-hander for Jack State, Kinley Portillo. As you mentioned, Rainn, the winning pitcher in the Conference USA Championship game. Pitched 4 2/3 in that title win. They need her to eat up some innings here and keep the score the way it is. They need some time. They're running out of it because now all of a sudden the run rule's in effect. They need some time to get back in this game. Otherwise the season is over.
Yeah, they need some length out of their pitching staff, and not only for this game here to keep the season alive for their seniors, but also if they are able to be successful against Florida State for game 2 today.
Up the middle and under the glove of Ashley Phillips. Another hit in the inning for Florida State, and it's Ashton Damler. 5th straight hit for the Noles.
Now batting number 24, Maddie Fry.
Maddie Fry, her first plate appearance of the regional. Only her 21st at bat of the season. Very good catcher. Veteran leader. Portillo's pitch misses short. Still just one out. McKenna Moore got Shelby McKenzie to ground out to start the inning that seems like an hour ago. 3-1. Get a new ball. Strike on the inside half. Yeah, Jack State, they played some emotional softball games. You go back to the conference tournament championship game against Liberty, a team that they wanted to exact revenge on, and they got it. Pitches outside, walked her. Two on, one out. And that'll bring up Ruggiero. And we're going to get a pinch runner.
At second base, number 7, Angelique Bueno.
Angelique Bueno. Running for Danley. And then the loss yesterday in heartbreaking fashion. You know, you have to
44,
come back today. You know you're playing Florida State. And then they kind of sock you right in the mouth in the second inning. It's a lot to deal with from an emotional standpoint. Fly ball to left. Cushingberry has it measured. And Ruggiero is there. So it's just been a roller coaster here the last couple of weeks for Jack State is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, you're spot on. I think any athlete who's dealt with that high emotional win or loss being way harder because they were one pitch away. You could feel the energy in the stadium to then not win against UCF yesterday.
It's going to be a tough play. Underwood in time, though, to get Kennedy Harp, and the inning is over. But what an inning for Florida State. All Noles right now, it's 8-0.
And the Florida State offense has awoken. Hard hit balls, bombs, and curtain calls. The Noles are up 8.
UCF with a comeback win over Jack State yesterday, won it in extra innings in walk-off fashion. And today, blew out Stetson 10-1 in 5. Now they're in the regional final. Noon tomorrow. Who will they play? Stetson is in the elimination game. They will take on the winner of this one. Right now, it's all Florida State, and they're turning to a senior, McKenna Reed.
And the senior, 36 innings pitched on the year, 31 punch-outs. So she's got the strikeout stuff, which we've seen that throughout her entire career at Florida State. Has battled a ton of adversity. But good to see her in the circle in postseason once again.
So an all-senior battery for Florida State. Aria Davis, Kaylin Kaiser, Ashley Phillips due up for Jack State this inning. They still have 6 offensive outs to work with if you're taking into account that they're in danger territory facing the run rule loss. If they can scratch 1 or 2 across here, then obviously that lengthens the game.
And I don't think you play any differently or you approach it any differently, because if you're down 7 runs here, you're going to still try to chip away. I think you might make some decisions. For example, first and second, nobody out. Probably going to move the runners over with a sac bunt. Knowing that that 8-run run rule after 5 innings is in place.
Foul back, 2-2. Jazzy Francic goes 3 innings today, 3 innings of shutout softball, 3 hits allowed. That's a good bounce back performance after yesterday, getting roughed up early against Stetson. Was out after 2 and change.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, it's got to give her a ton of confidence. I think early on, struggled a little bit with command. Saw a couple times where she tapped the chest, say, hey, my bad. But then as the game went on, you really started to see the command with the off-speed curveball, the rise ball to both sides of the plate, and then always has that velo drop that she could pull out.
Leadoff walk to Davis. So the 5'9" senior from Portland giving up a free pass. And now Kaylin Kaiser is a player that she has to be careful with. Kaiser homered yesterday. Snap throw, and the tag slapped down by Bueno, who's now playing first base. Haley Griggs going from first base to left field. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Kaiser leads Jack State in homers, runs batted in. She had the first hit for Jack State yesterday. And home run against Tori Payne in the second inning. Maybe she can be the spark plug here for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Julie Bowen, head coach for Jack State, it's exactly what you want. And for Kaiser, can still see her kind of shake the hand, squeeze the hand. Swung at a pitch yesterday that hit her right on that right hand. But if you have a home run hitter at your team, it's exactly who you want up right now.
2-2 from Reed. Rise ball fouled back. Maddie Fry slow to react. What a catch. And listen to this crowd.
Wow.
Just absolutely appreciative of that effort. She didn't see it right away.
Wow, a standing ovation. High fly ball, doesn't see it initially, and then avoids the home plate umpire, up against the fence, and it's the diving play, and then it's the presence of mind to see that third base was not covered. She got up and sprinted to third. Aria Davis advances to second. Wow.
Absolutely phenomenal. That's a web gem.
Yeah.
1 out. And 1 strike to Phillips. That's winning softball right there.
Absolutely. On the other side of things, too, Aria Davis, great presence of mind to tag up on that play. Any fly ball in foul territory, as a runner, that is the only option you have to advance. Great job by the sophomore.
Former freshman All-American, McKenna Reed. Two-one pitch. Just old-fashioned hard ball there. It's 2-2.
67 left to right, coming in on the hands with elite movement up in the zone. Just hard to compete with. And Reed also has that off-speed rise ball that tunnels really well. And when I say tunnel, I mean out of the hand. It looks like it's the same velo. Hard to determine that it is off-speed. So as a hitter, to time up one or the other difficult, but to time up both with 2 strikes, one of the hardest things to do.
Gets her. Hard away. Another missed opportunity for Jack State. It's a strikeout for their second out.
Whew. Arm side cheddar from McKenna Reed, the senior. Battled so much in her career, a ton of adversity, but here in front of her home fan base, hoping to ensure this is not the last game of her career, but also not the last weekend of softball for this team.
Jack State now 3 for 24 with runners on in the tournament. They've just had a hard time coming up with the big hit.
JC Underwood.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, the first part of the equation is creating opportunities. Jack State has done that, but the clutch hitting have not seen from the Gamecocks.
Now 1 strike to Underwood. JC Underwood 0 for 1 with the line out. Win today for Florida State keeps the season alive. It will also be the 50th win of the season. First time since 2023 if they can get it done. They won 58 that year, and of course, Seminoles fans remember they were Women's College World Series runners-up. It's hard to win 50 games.
Yeah.
You talked about the parity around the country. It's harder now than ever before.
You're exactly right. And within the ACC as well, tough to go cleanly through conference play. And this team got swept by Stanford. And I know they talk about that weekend being a turning point where hard conversations were had, and they have come out on the other side a better group.
And now 1 pitch away perhaps from McKenna Reed getting out of a leadoff walk situation. Got Aria Davis at second base. 2-2 to Underwood, 2 outs. Full count. McKenna Reed came into the ballgame, walks the leadoff hitter, but got some help from her senior classmate Maddie Fry behind home plate with that catch. Strikeout of Phillips, and now to Underwood, the 3-2. Got her too! We played 4, it stays 8-0 Seminoles.
And how about the senior McKenna Reed? 2 punch-outs in a row, gets her team back in the dugout, 3 outs away from playing game 2 later tonight.
Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Here in Tallahassee, she's Rain Wilson, I'm Clay Matvick. Each round of the NCAA tournament, this being the regional round, is double elimination. Both of these teams have been beaten once. A loss now means your season is over. Florida State has responded well after getting hammered by Stetson yesterday. The Cinderella story of the national tournament. Jack State facing maybe a short game here too in this elimination game. There is an 8-run rule after 5. Florida State looking to tack on. This is Shelby McKenzie leading it off against Portillo. McKinley Portillo came on last inning in relief. What are both of these teams thinking right now?
Well, I think for Florida State, it's about insurance. You don't feel comfortable knowing that 8 runs, yes, after 5, but if Jack State is able to score 1 in the bottom half of the 5th, if all things hold, then the game continues. And why that's so critical, you might say, oh, well, they might be more comfortable knowing they're going to win, they're up 8. Well, you want to preserve your pitching. You know you got to win later today and take 2 tomorrow if you're going to win this regional. So they want to finish this game in 5 innings, save their arms for later this afternoon in hopes of tomorrow being a little bit easier of a workload day for their pitchers in the circle.
Well, if you're looking for insurance, that's a good start. McKenzie set the table with the leadoff knock here in the 5th. And now Haley Griggs, the freshman, 1 for 2 today. Homered her last time up. 6th home run of the year. Part of that excellent freshman class for the Seminoles. 3rd team all-conference. Florida State cleaned up the yearly ACC awards this year. Won 4 of the 5 major awards. Pitcher of the Year, Player of the Year, Coach of the Year. Had 8 all-ACC selections. 8.
Pretty good. and something softball fans are used to seeing, a perennial powerhouse in the ACC. Of course, the parity has also increased internally within the conference as well. Virginia Tech, a great program, Virginia, Duke, Clemson. But Florida State continues to be the best of the best.
And the constant here for the better part of 2 decades has been Lonnie Alameda. Two-two pitch. Popped up behind home plate. The recruiting process has to be different now for Coach than when she started here in Tallahassee. I mean, you're dealing with the NIL, the transfers. It's just a different landscape now.
It is for all coaches, and one thing that she spoke about at a camp when I was 13 years old, I'll never forget.
Another one just hammered to the gap in right center. Rounding third, trying to score is McKenzie. Not in time. Hustling to third is Griggs. Florida State won't even let us finish a thought. They just keep pounding softballs.
Haley Griggs has had a hard hit ball every single time she's been up today. This one no different. And what I was going to mention is Lonnie Alameda's dedication to evolving. And Haley Griggs has done just that as well. Her ability to adjust pitch to pitch as a freshman, the maturity shows off there. Shelby McKenzie scores from first. Such a complete team, aggressive on the base paths. Third base coach Travis Wilson, one of the best in the business in knowing when to push which button, showing it off there.
Haley Griggs now 2 for 3. Couple of runs batted in. Off Aria Davis into center field. Another run scores. It's 10-0. Well, there's the insurance the Seminoles bench wanted.
And still nobody out. And this is the type of pressure that Florida State can apply. Hard hit ball after hard hit ball. You can play great defense all year long, and Jack State has, but at a certain point, so many opportunities of hard hit balls and pressure from these base runners too. It's just tough to capture and tough to defend against.
Back to the top of the order, and Torres. Look at that. Almost doubled their amount of hits. And 10 runs today compared to what they did yesterday. The offense, and again, you got to tip your hat to Stetson, but just didn't have it yesterday. And Issa Torres breaking out of a slump today as well. Runner goes. This one is going to run the gap. Off the wall. Sturgis will score from first base. Third hit for Issa Torres. And her third run batted in.
And to me, this ball game started with the momentum with Florida State, with Issa Torres drawing the free pass. And then throughout this game, just consistently hitting hard hit balls to all sides of the field. So much power in the bat of the junior. And it even goes back to yesterday. Her last at bat with their backs against the wall late in that game, hit a double after being 0 for. And since then, Issa Torres has led her team. And no surprise with the numbers she's put up throughout her career and in this year too.
Oh, she is a pleasure to watch. She had a record 16 hits in a row in mid-March. I mean, when she catches fire, and we're kind of seeing her start to do that again right now, she's unstoppable.
It's remarkable. 16 hits would be incredible in a month for some people, let alone in a row. And I think it just speaks to her ability to read defenses, use her wheels, get infield singles, but also the power threat, pushing outfielders back against the wall and then hitting singles through the infield, line drives through the infield. Absolutely incredible what she's been able to do.
So that does it for Portillo, new pitcher for Jack State. Eli Woodruff, freshman from Chattanooga, going to get an opportunity here in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, what an opportunity to cut your teeth in a tough environment, tough position. 12 appearances on the year, 2.89 ERA. He's been really solid. The number I circle is the free passes, 26 in 36 in the third innings pitched. The key here, nobody out in the fifth inning. It's late in this ball game. Fill up the zone, play pitch to pitch. Can't look at the scoreboard. Just trust your defense and continue to battle.
A 4 spot in the second, 4 spot in the fourth, 3 more here in the fifth. As Florida State continues to tack on. And Jason E. Beecham had a 3-run homer her last time to the plate. Four straight hits in the inning. Woodruff trying to tamp this down. Jack State, they're going to need to score a bunch in the fifth to keep this game going. 9-1-2 due up for the Gamecocks in the fifth. Do you think Florida State wants another crack at Stetson?
I think so. I'd imagine so.
Sure, they're a little grumpy about yesterday. Another one roped, knocked down by Davis. And Beecham is retired for the first out of the fifth inning.
Aria Davis over at short has had a phenomenal weekend. Has gobbled up a ton of hard hit balls hit her way, has made great decisions. Great season for her at shortstop.
Ashton Danley was the left fielder to start this game. And Angeli Bueno came in for her as a runner. And this is Bueno's first plate appearance. Popped into the outfield, diving grab by Cushingberry. And that's a double play to end the inning. Haley Cushingberry with an outstanding play. Might be as good or better than Maddie Fry's behind home plate last half inning.
Well, if this doesn't go Jack State's way, at least you maybe get a SportsCenter top 10 nominee. Cushingberry with a memory she won't forget. Diving play, gets up. Double play for Jack State. They look to continue this game in the bottom of the fifth.
Well, it's been a great season for Julie Boland and the Jack State Gamecocks. 45 wins, champions from Conference USA, won their first regular season and first tournament title in that league, year number 3 in Conference USA. They won the regular season by 5 games. I mean, it wasn't close. And unfortunately, they need a bunch here to keep their season alive.
Yeah, what a great year for Jack State. And there's still softball to be played, 3 outs to work with. But what a year it's been for head coach Julie Boland, this senior class. What they've been able to do in her second season as a head coach has been nothing short of incredible. Not the result they wanted today if it holds, but still softball to be played.
Jack State needs 4. Cushingberry, Elrod, Nowakowski. Nowakowski's a senior. There are 3 seniors in this lineup that would love to extend this ball game. The pinch hitter is Addie DeLong, or excuse me, Michaela DeVille, excuse me, is pinch hitting here for Jack State for Cushingberry. Slap just foul by DeVille. Jack State, they say they enjoy celebrating the little things. They just need a little spark here in the 5th. 4 runs is nothing for this team. We've seen the offense throughout the year put up big numbers from inning to inning.
You're exactly right, especially with it turning to the top of the order. Right now, DeVille putting in together a great at-bat, but Emma Elrod and then Morgan Nowakowski, the senior leader for this team, able to get back up one more time.
Inside out swing handled by Torres. DeVille is retired 1 away.
And although, yeah, 4 runs in a flash can happen, you know, I know these athletes are already, they know what's at stake here. They know this could be the end of a very long chapter of their lives. And at this point, these are young women that's what they've done. I mean, Clay, you have 3 children. You play from when you're 5 to when you're 22, 23 years old if you have the luxury of playing in college. And then, yes, we have the AUSL and other professional leagues, but the reality is for a lot of these players, they're not going to play after today. And so it's a tough pill to swallow. You're thinking through the memories and it all kind of coming to an end, not only for these athletes, but the families of these athletes who've devoted so much.
It's a commitment.
Yeah, but it's just a ton to be proud of, a ton to look back on. And you can tell this Gamecock team has left everything on the field this weekend and throughout this season.
Ball on her strike to the player of the year from Conference USA. And now remember, in the championship game in CUSA, they got down 4-0 to Liberty.
Yeah.
And they scored 7 unanswered. So that goes to what we were talking about. Don't count these Gamecocks out just yet. McKenna Reed, 2-1 pitch. Floater out to left, diving, and what a grab by Griggs. Wow. First Cushingberry and now Griggs.
What a game for the freshman. Started out at first base, moves over to left, and then a diving play. Full extension, snow cone grab. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Issa Torres with a drum. And the smile from the freshman Griggs. What a play.
And now the Gamecocks down to their final out. And it's the senior Nowakowski trying to keep the season alive. Florida State, best defensive team in the ACC this year. 3rd best fielding percentage of the nation. No surprise we see a play like that by Griggs. Stetson awaits. These fans come to their feet here at Joan Graf Field. Two strikes. Base hit. Jack State still has a pulse as the senior Nowakowski delivers. How does that feel for her?
And you can see it. You know, she knows that's probably her last at bat. So to go out with a hit is amazing.
Raw emotion. Amber Reed. I couldn't help but notice you were emotional too during that at bat.
Oh, it's just, you know, they put so much into this, these athletes, and incredible to see her be able to finish her career.
Fly ball. Ball game. The Noles have a date with Stetson, and they want payback. They will see them again a little bit later this afternoon.
And the heartbreak of a career ending on one side, but elation for Florida State and how they've responded on the other. And that's what makes this game so incredible. The heart and soul on both sides of the softball, the effort, the hours and hours and hours you put in to play at this level. Today it was Florida State's day, but caps off to Jack State for an incredible year.
In the nightcap of today's softball tripleheader. First pitch is set for
11 runs, 14 hits.
On behalf of the NCAA and
3 of those hits
we thank you for your support
coming from Isa Torres, who has been one of the best hitters in the country this year. She's our Capital One rewarding performance.
And when Isa goes, this offense goes, this team goes. It started last night, but then it was a huge day at the plate for the junior. She's the spark plug for this offense. They needed her to step up today, and she did just that. And they will need her against Stetson here shortly.
First Nole to win both ACC Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. She led the way today. First player since Jessie Warren did that in 2017. So here's our bracket. UCF awaits the winner of our elimination game coming up in a little bit less than an hour. 5 Eastern time. Stetson and Florida State, the number 9 national seed, taken off guard yesterday, beaten 8-3 by a scrappy Hatters team. Of course, Stetson got beat 10-1 yesterday, so both of these teams looking for big games to keep the season going. Let's bring in Coach Lonnie. Coach, what an outing for your team. All the stars were shining here in this elimination game. Just what are your thoughts as you look forward to another date with Stetson?
Yeah, I mean, your back's against the wall at this point, so just a lot of fight. It was a good pass in the bat mentality. Jazzy gave us a good start right there. Kenny coming in. Huge for us, right? So now it's just pitch by pitch and keep battling and hopefully get to face UCF tomorrow.
And Coach, I know you've gotten a lot of questions about Isa Torres, but again, she comes back today and is the spark plug for your offense. What can you say about her?
I have no questions about Isa Torres. she's present. She's been present all season long. She's just a lot of fun to play with. She's a great teammate, and I think she fires this whole team up. But I mean, they're all locked in. They've all been really good. Just having good game plans and sticking to game plans. So that's going to be the biggest piece for us right now.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you. Bye.
Coach Lonnie Alameda, over 1,000 career wins at Florida State. It never gets old celebrating wins here in Tallahassee, and now they get to see Stetson again. That game coming up at approximately 5 Eastern time. We'll be back here at the ballpark, so for now, we say goodbye. She's Rainn Wilson. I'm Clay Matvick. For our entire crew, we hope to have you back here at the top of the hour.